Hello, everybody. Hello, hello. Welcome to Animation Capstone. That's right, week one. We're finally made it to the end. Almost there. That's correct. A lot of great things, and so far so good. You should be seeing some discussion posts from me this week by tonight or tomorrow, so that way you have some. I give you some feedback on your discussions. Do keep in mind you do have your discussions due on Saturday, which is tomorrow. You also have your project assignments and your written assignments and lecture assignments due on Sunday, so don't forget about that. Other than that, I figured I'd give you some quick guidelines on what to look for demo reels and how to go about that. So let's do that. Give you a little info before the end of the week. So yeah, there's a lot about guidelines, and the funny thing about it is guidelines are just nothing but a set of heuristics, and heuristics are really just a formal set of guidelines that a group follows and agrees upon right off the bat, and that's what these are. I really call them heuristics, really, but they're actually just guidelines. So they're like demo reel guidelines that can really just, if you follow these steps, now you don't have to follow them to a T, but if you use them as your core values in making it, that's what should be done. So they're meant to be followed, but can be expanded upon is really the deal, or kind of change depending on how you want to look at it. For example, number one, on these guidelines, it's good for demo reels. Demo reels, it's all about quality. It's not about quantity, right? So you want to make sure that you put your best work forward, because if you throw all this stuff out there, some of it may not be good, right? So you need to make sure that it's quality professional work that is ready to be released. Don't make sure that you send off stuff that doesn't have much quality or feels like it's unfinished, unless you're showing it in a breakthrough or like a breakdown process, like you're showing step by step how everything was done, then that's fine. However, you need to make sure there's a purpose with that, and why the quality is there. Another thing about guidelines that's really huge about wow, I just had a slow start there. No, okay, back to it. Another thing about the guidelines for demo reels is you got to use your best footage first, and your newest footage at the top of the reel right off the bat, because your newest and best footage is the stuff that you've had the most experience making, and it's probably the highest quality out of anything. So you definitely want to throw that first in your demo reel. That's another thing. Now, number three, another great thing about this is for guidelines. You create the reel for the company, project, or technique that it's meant for. For example, you need to find out who your audience is. What are they looking for specifically? Are they looking for a digital artist? Are they looking for a graphic artist? Are they looking for an animator, a modeler? What is it are they looking for? Another aspect is the company that you really want to go for. You want to make sure the artwork kind of mirrors their own style. For example, if you're going to work for EA and you want to work for Madden, you want to make sure you have a lot of realistic humans, and you want to make sure the animation works properly and human motion is really encapsulated if you're going to focus on animation for EA. So you definitely want to go about that route. That's a good demo reel to showcase. One, it's for animators, and then two, it's themed to EA, like humans and very sports style atmospheres. And that would be perfect. And you would just go in right off the bat. Make the demo reel specific to the audience you're trying to sell it to. That's really the big aspect about that. Now, another thing is, we've already talked about this, the length of time. No less than 30 seconds, no more than 2.5 minutes. However, I still think 30 seconds is like super little, and I don't get enough out of you. I really like a minute and a half to 2.5 is like perfect right there. Really, a minute and a half to 2 is like the solid demo reel right there. Just right at 2. 2 minutes is like perfect. That would be the way to go. But don't make it like really short or super long, because one, you're not giving them enough work to really see what you can do, and then two, you're not really you give too much, and you might show more mistakes than you want to right off the bat, and you don't want to do that. So that's the thing. And then finally, just some last guidelines. Make it accessible for everyone, easy to find. Limit the file size also. A lot of people don't realize this, but sometimes the videos are downloaded and then these demo reels are like 3 gigs, 2 gigs, or like it's a lot. Don't less than 100 megs. Like really just make sure you compress the files, make sure they're easy to download, and also easy to access too. Make sure they're available on a whole bunch of different sites that anybody can really look at. And then finally, make it about you and your work. Yes, the audience is important, but you want to make sure that your work is up front and foremost. Recent and best work first. Not only that, a big, huge element about it is that most people try to make it all flashy with animations and really pretty artwork, and that's fine and all, but if it doesn't make sense and it's not consistent and it takes away from the viewing of the work, then it doesn't then you're really, all you're doing is selling the animations and the transitions. You're not really selling the work that you're trying to showcase, what you can do. And that's really the aspect about it. So make sure that when you're developing demo reels, don't make sure that the music and the transitions and all those cool little animations to make your digital work look nice be the forefront. Your work has to be the forefront, because coming from me, I'm a project manager. I'm a senior project manager for my company. I run 4 different projects, even though one kind of hit the tank recently, but that's okay. But a lot of those, and a lot of those have artists. And a lot of times when I hire artists, I want to know, a lot of times it's about your work. So anytime I get a demo reel and I see somebody that just puts everything with like mostly transitions and all these cool little animations, and I don't really get a chance to see the work specifically for a time, I'm not going to hire you, because you don't really show me what you can do. You can just show me you can make things really pretty and distracting, but just not really to the point. And that's where I really want to see is the work is the highest point. And I think number 6 is probably the most important out of it more than anything. So you need to sell your work, not how you can do a pretty presentation. That's really the deal. The presentation should complement your work that you're trying to show off. That's really the deal. Other than that, that's all I got. Just quick guidelines, heads up, and everything. You should see some discussion posts from me tonight, tomorrow in the morning, and that's pretty much it. Other than that, that's all I got. Be safe. Have fun. Enjoy, my friends. I hope you have a great weekend. If you have any questions, let me know. And do keep an eye out on Sunday and Monday for my new announcements and for the new lecture on Tuesday. So we're ready to go. All right, my friends. Have a great one. Enjoy. Thank you for being amazing. Have a good weekend. See you next week.